Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We begin with, we've got my cat down here to begin. And also we've got this kind of a lamenting Seven of Swords, okay? I think that it's important for you to stay focused right now, okay? I feel like you got a lot going on. You've got to stay focused on what's right in front of you now. Let's see what else is going on. Let's get some context here. Big life decision coming up. Big life decision coming up. It's a decision that will put you in line with your destiny. It is a decision that may feel like it isolates you a little bit. Now, I've been getting some comments that I need to do better at naming the cards. Well, I don't name them while they come out, but I name them individually when I talk about them, so hopefully that works for everyone. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, and we will put it over here. We'll put Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, so you do have to stick around. And it will confirm everything for us, right? It will tie everything together, okay? If at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, a feeling of what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments below, all right? Group exercise, you're here. I might as well put you to work. I hope you'll play along. All right, let's look at these cards again, because we have major arcana, major, lots of majors. We have fire. We have water. We have some air. We have some earth. Okay, so it's a pretty balanced spread. There are a lot of major arcana cards. That tells me that this is a big life decision, and it's some major energy going on for you. Let's start here with the Eon. Judgment, rebirth, reawakening, baptism by fire. This is the doorway. This is a big decision, and we're kind of, I think, getting a glimpse of what is coming after this big decision, right? What is through this doorway, all right? This is, it's something life-changing, right? This is a card that says it's going to be difficult, but on the other side, you're going to discover how worth it truly is, okay? This is a doorway, this is a threshold that you have to cross, okay? Spirit or universe is putting it before you, but you have to walk through it. And I think it's difficult for you to decide to do this. I think that there's a hesitation here. Now, it's interesting to me that we see some of the cards we see on the other side of this doorway here. So what I think is really happening is that you're aware that this opportunity is here, this life-changing choice, right? Life decision. And now we're kind of dealing with the appearance of this. Once this arrives, then we have to deal with this other energy before we get a glimpse of really what is what's on the other side, which initially with the star card right here as your general energy, I think that you would be aligning with your destiny. You'd be aligning with your true purpose. You'd be following your star. You would be receiving that spiritual download through that starlight, okay? And I think that would be the result of this decision, right? Major life changes. I think this is really a big shift for you. And I think we're having some difficulty, well, mentally and emotionally, right? In terms of our focus, in terms of us staying the course, right? 7 of Swords, right? This is the futility, really, of, I think, other people trying to push you in a different direction. I think you're committed to what you're going to be doing, or what your move is going to be, right? But there are differing opinions. I think you've got a lot of people in your ear trying to tell you different things. And I think that there's this wish almost for you. We've got a Knight of Cups. I think you wish that everyone would just kind of trust you. Yeah. I think that maybe you're like the youngest of your family or of your friends group. At least in energy. I don't know that you're actually younger than everyone, but it feels as if everyone worries about you a little bit. Like there's this vibe that I'm getting of people think they have to kind of take care of you, or people want to give you advice because subtly, in I think small ways, people may not really believe that you can make these decisions on your own, right? It's kind of like, it's almost as if they still see you as being a kid, being young, being a child that needs a little bit of direction, I see that completely changing. I see that is definitely not the case when we get to the path of the serpent, okay? But I feel as if there's a bit of sadness here. 7 of Cups down beneath the surface. Here's the 7 of Cups. I think that in some ways you're surpassing a lot of people in your life. And I feel like through this, and maybe that's why this is a difficult decision, because I kind of feel like you're going to be leaving some things behind. Things that you've outgrown. Right? You're now reaching a certain level, a certain, I don't want to say maturity, but kind of it is that way, right? You're leveling up, and I think that there are perhaps people, but energies, interests, things, right? Toys that you got to kind of leave behind. And I think there's a reluctance here, and this to me feels like a really big life initiation, a rite of passage almost, It's it's a feeling that I remember when I went into my first job. I was 16 years old, and it's just I can't just do what I want all day. Now I've got to wake up at a certain time, and I've got to go work. It was an office job. It wasn't that bad. But it kind of adds it opens up a new world to you, but it also restricts that world, because now you've got responsibilities. Now you have to accept direction from a different kind of authority, right? And it's different when we're in the kind of elementary school, high school, and then we transition to either college or we transition to the workforce. And now it's it's kind of the same, but it's on a bigger scale, right? I kind of feel like that's what's going on in some way because of this 3 of Pentacles that's up here. Okay. And the 3 of Pentacles is really suggesting that it might be a work situation, or if not career, job, employment, it's a big shift in what you're working on, what your work is. Okay? And we may be moving into a more collective work environment, something where there are others who are also crucial to the success here. It's almost like you're joining a group or a partnership or something like that. Okay? There's a change in the kind of focus that you have. Now it's more about how do you fit in with this as a critical member of this larger group, right? There's kind of almost a sense of community here. I wonder what you're transitioning into. The same time as that, we also have this hermit energy. And the hermit in the future is kind of this, it's an energy that I'm feeling like we're shifting away from the personal relationships, and we're expanding out into more professional kind of relationships. Yeah. And in order to do that, I think you have to be a fully contained unit, right? And it relates to what I was saying before about how others maybe feel as if they kind of guide you along, or that they try to just be almost mentors to you in some kind of way, but it feels slightly condescending. Well, now with the hermit, I feel that you have to be self-reliant, that you are an individualist, that you are making your own decisions, that you are finding your own light within, and indeed that's what we see here with the star. This star is exactly what is inside the hermit's lamp, that the hermit has now discovered and is using that to light their way. So I feel as if we're kind of isolating from personal relationships a little bit in order to move confidently and boldly, and yes, perhaps on our own, into this larger field, right? Larger field. I don't know exactly where. It feels it has some sort of physical component, right? It could be a career or something like that. It could be university. It could be your own business or something like this, especially when we get over here to the Queen of Pentacles. But first, the star. You are going to be aligning further with your destiny. And that really is the work of the hermit, as we, it's kind of the going through this doorway. The fire of this doorway burns off everything from our souls that is unnecessary. Friendships, relationships, habits, indulgences, interests, like childish toys, right? All that stuff, I think, is being burned away. In some ways, we're going to miss it. And in some ways, we really don't want to leave that kind of comfort or that kind of familiarity. The hermit is going out in unfamiliar territory and is doing so rather alone. This is a process that you have to go by yourself, right? It's one of these, I think, it feels like a rite of passage. It feels like a life initiation, which we all do individually, right? By definition, we have to be alone when we do that. And I think that really what we're uncovering is our star, is our destiny, is your relationship with the divine, your relationship with yourself. And this is what we're discovering through whatever the details are of this work. I don't know if it's school, if it's work, if you're retiring, whatever it is. We are aligning ourselves with the divine energy. Okay. And this brings with it a certain, again, I want to say maturity. Yeah. Because the next card that we see is the Queen of Pentacles. This is a maturity. This is our sense of being a responsible adult, right? We can look at the past, learn from the past, appreciate the past, but we're looking to the future, right? We're seeing progress. We're understanding what needs to be done based on history, based on tradition, right? So we're able to be part of this larger group, to be part of the tradition, but still understand that our experience is absolutely unique. Yeah. We have all of this. See, this figure is looking at the past, appreciating and understanding, distilling all of the wisdom from the ages, right? The spiritual tradition, the cultural traditions, all of that, the work traditions, whatever it might be. Distilling all of that wisdom down, and then still looking at the future and understanding that this is kind of a solo trip, right? Life, we each experience life in our own way. As individuals, we are ultimately kind of alone in this little bubble of consciousness. Yeah. So there's a certain maturity, almost a certain, I kind of feel a stoicism here with this one today. Yeah. And I think it's showing a lot of growth for you personally and professionally, right? This is, again, I am hearing this word maturity, right? I feel like our behavior is maturing, our interests, the things that we want, our goals that we have now are maturing, growing, becoming larger in scale, perhaps, right? And I feel like that's kind of, that's the energy that we're shifting into, right? And so I do feel like this is a very big life decision. And I'm wondering about this Hanged Man here. Because this is in the position of our fears, worries, and concerns. Maybe we're afraid of failing at this. Maybe this water energy here is kind of like, between these two, right, with this Hanged Man, what I'm feeling is that there might be a little bit of an imposter syndrome, you know? And it's, we're wearing these clothes, right? This maturity. We're being adults, doing adult things. We're playing for high stakes here, you know. But then there's this feeling like, I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't feel qualified. I don't think I'm emotionally prepared for this. There's a lot of this kind of insecurity. It's kind of, this is all the shadow stuff that we push down when we're trying to be this Queen of Pentacles and have this authority. I know what I'm doing. And trust me, I know the feeling. And really what we're just trying to do the best that we can, right? It's almost a fake it till you make it kind of thing. But I wonder if that is just our psychology, if that's just our insecurity, right? I feel as if you have earned this. I feel that the universe wouldn't have put this before you if it wasn't something that you could or should kind of go through, right? This is a very necessary process for you, whatever is going on. And I think the biggest struggle here is to just feel as if you are where you're supposed to be. You know, it's almost you're feeling like, well, did they call the wrong name? Are you sure it's supposed to be me? And that's what we need to kind of fight against. And now we end with the Five of Wands because as a response to that kind of insecurity, human beings, I think, tend to overcompensate. And this Five of Wands is very much about overcompensating, right? We feel that we're not strong enough. Well, we're going to hit that hammer. We're going to hit that nail just as hard as we can. We're going to break right through the board, right? So we overdo it. And this card is Saturn in Leo. It's the Five of Wands. This is how much energy, how much force we use, right? And it's saying, hold yourself back. You don't have anything to prove, right? And in fact, you're probably proving more to yourself and to the world when you're able to restrain your efforts, right? We don't have to exaggerate. We don't have to overcompensate. You don't have to use any more effort or force than is necessary. It's all about economy here, not making this big grand display of our accomplishments, right? Or of our maturity, or of our new position, new role, new life path, new destiny, new whatever it might be. Yeah. So big decision to be made here. Let's look at that mystery card now. If you have a guess or a prediction, put it in the comment section. I'm going to say, maybe like a Six of Swords, because I want to see kind of a resolution of some of these thoughts and feelings, you know, that might be giving us the little bit of hesitation or the little bit of maybe lack of confidence or what have you here. So I'm feeling a 6 of Swords. Let's see. No. Even better. The Empress. Yeah. See, the Empress, you know what? It kind of looks like the Queen of Pentacles, right? The Empress. And I think this is meant to really to show you that we may feel like we're just playing pretend here, right? But no, on a cosmic, spiritual, divine level, no, you really are this energy. This is who you are. And this is someone who is right where they need to be, who is able to put their efforts into something and build it and grow it and succeed. This is an energy that says, you've earned this, you deserve this, you should enjoy this. Right? Take your pleasure in this, because this is our only life, right? And this is a very important life initiation, rite of passage, spiritual initiation for you. And you're only going to go through this part once. So enjoy it, right? Allow yourself to be confident and proud and indulge in it. Immerse yourself in that energy. Don't doubt yourself. Don't question yourself. Know that you're meant to do this. And it's almost as if, it's almost that this is the archetype and you are the embodiment of that archetype. That love, that beauty, that pleasure, that success, that abundance is yours. Right? That we don't need a big grand display to prove to ourselves that we can do it. We just need to step into our true nature, step into our power, and own it, and be it, and live it. You know, I think this is a very good confirmation for you. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link up there. That'll give you access to every extended reading, not just for Gemini, but for every sign. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.